Hola, buenas tardes. Qué día importante hoy, 7 de enero. Abrimos un regalo que trajeron los Reyes y un regalo de cumpleaños. ¿Para quién? Para Pili, que hoy cumple años. Belén le manda este cuento porque un día lo compartimos en una clase y a ella le gustó mucho. Pili, ¿te acordás de este? Hoy lo vamos a compartir, así te lo podés guardar y escucharlo las veces que quieras. The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. It is autumn. The leaves on the trees are yellow, brown, golden, orange, and red. The wind blows very hard, and some seeds from plants start flying into the air. But oh, look, there is one seed that is very small. It is a tiny seed. Fly, tiny seed, fly. The seeds keep flying on and on, but one of the seeds goes up, so high that it gets burned with the hot rays of the sun. And the tiny seed? Where are you, tiny seed? Here it is. Fly, tiny seed. Keep flying. Now the seeds fly over the high mountains. The mountain tops are covered with ice. One seed falls into the mountain, into the ice. The ice is very cold and the seed cannot grow. But the tiny seed, where are you, tiny seed? Can you see it? Here. Keep on flying. Fly, tiny seed, fly. Now the seeds fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water. Too much water. It drowns and it cannot grow. But the tiny seed, can you see the tiny seed? It's here. Fly, tiny seed, fly. Now the seeds are flying over the desert. One seed falls onto the sand. It's so hot and dry that it cannot grow. But the tiny seed, can you see the tiny seed there? Fly, fly, tiny seed. Keep on, keep on. Finally, the wind stops and all the seeds fall onto the ground. A hungry bird sees a big seed and eats it. But the tiny seed is so small that the bird cannot see it. Good, tiny seed, good. Now it is winter. The snow falls down and covers the earth with a soft white blanket. Now it's time to sleep. But a hungry mouse sees one of the seeds and eats it. Luckily, the tiny seed is so small that the hungry mouse cannot see it. Sleep, tiny seed, sleep. After some months, it is spring, and the tiny seed and the other seeds are not seeds anymore. They are little plants. One plant is bigger than the other. Oh, and it gets all the sun, all the light from the sun. and this little plant cannot grow. The tiny seed is so small that it only has one leaf. Grow, tiny seed, grow. It's time for the children to come and play in the park. One boy runs so fast that he cannot see one of the plants and breaks it. But the tiny seed, that is a tiny plant, now has got 2 leaves. Grow, tiny seed, grow. The other plant grows into a beautiful flower, and the tiny seed has 3 leaves. Now, but a hand breaks the flower to give it to a friend. Meanwhile, the tiny seed keeps growing and growing until one day, in the middle of the summer, it has grown so tall, taller than the houses, taller than people. People come from far and near to see this beautiful, enormous flower. Birds, butterflies, and the sun come to say hello to this beautiful, beautiful flower that once was a tiny seed. It is autumn again. The wind starts blowing. The leaves from the trees start flying into the air or falling into the ground. Some petals from the enormous flower start to blow away. The wind keeps blowing harder and harder, and the seeds from the enormous flower start being blown away by the wind. Fly, little seeds, fly. One day you will become a beautiful flower. And the story begins again. I hope you enjoyed it, Billy. Happy birthday!